Hello and what is up, you guys? So I am guessing you are finally deciding to leave your exhausting job aside and just experience the wonders this world has to offer. The places I'm about to show you will literally leave you breathless. Continue watching and then decide for yourself which one of these places you will travel to this year. Before we continue, make sure to smash that subscribe button and notification bell to learn more about some of the most interesting places around the world. Let's get started. Number 11, Edinburgh, Scotland. If you're feeling like going back in time, then the capital of Scotland is a must to visit this year. Oh, and not to forget, this is the place where J.K. Rowling wrote all of her awesome Harry Potter novels. This city looks like it remains untouched from the rest of the world, and its dark aesthetic beauty can't beat anything. It will literally leave you speechless. Edinburgh looks just like a medieval town with intricate neoclassical buildings, cobblestone streets, and beautiful gardens. The enchanting castle of Edinburgh overlooks the city and is home to Scotland's crown jewels. And if you want to really enjoy the whole city, then I recommend you go to Carlton Hill, as it offers a majestic view of everything. Number 10, Valletta, Malta. Malta is an archipelago in the central Mediterranean, several kilometers away from the south of Italy. This city is located in the southeastern region on the main island, and believe it or not, it's pretty small. With only an area of 0.61 square kilometers, it's the European Union's smallest capital city. The city itself was established back in 1566 after the Knights of Malta defeated the Ottomans. Valletta is absolutely gorgeous and is a mixture of modern and Baroque architecture. It is just hard to forget the 10 medieval buildings that dominate this small city. If you visit the city, you can check out the Saluting Battery at noon. You won't be disappointed. Number 9, Positano, Italy. This place is a small picturesque village in Italy that is located on the Amalfi Coast. It was built during the 1st century with luxury villas, as people back then believed that the place was home to mythical sirens who would seduce sailors to crash upon the rocky shores. After the city was built, it became more of a poor village where the majority of its income came from fishing. However, in the 1950s, it became a tourist attraction with thousands visiting it each year. When you see this place in real life, you won't believe it, as it looks like you are in a Disney movie. It is really hard not to be amazed by the backdrop of the mountains filled with colorful villas against the Mediterranean Sea with boats and yachts. It truly is worthy of visiting. Number 8, Tallinn, Estonia. The capital of Estonia is pretty cool. It is a mixture of modern, classic, and Russian-style architecture. However, the vibe you get in this city is pretty Scandinavian, so you literally get the best of everything here. But this is not the best part. What tourists like more about Tallinn are that it is much nicer to your wallets when compared with other European countries. It is the perfect place to visit with a group of friends, as it is packed with amazing restaurants with cutting-edge cuisine, a thriving design scene, and craft beer bars on every corner. I would recommend you visit the fast-regenerating harborside area of Kalamaja, which was named one of the world's coolest neighborhoods. Oh, and don't forget to bring a jacket. It can get a bit chilly there, even in the summertime. Number 7, Tokyo, Japan. In 2021, all eyes are on Japan, and that is because the World Olympics are going to be set in Tokyo. But this is not the only reason to visit Japan this year, or any year. Visiting this place will make you feel like you are in a whole different world. Not only is it the world's biggest metropolis, but it is also one of the brightest cities in the world. And not to mention, the values and traditions there are insane, and you will be learning something new each passing minute. However, many tourists also do some rural tourism after visiting Japan. This year, the government's Go to Travel scheme has aimed to reboot the tourist sector across all 47 prefectures of Japan. If you're visiting during the spring and summer season, make sure to visit their national parks, as they literally look like you are in an anime movie. I would also recommend going to the islands of Satanakai or Nikko, with its UNESCO-listed temples and shrines, where authorities have been setting up comfortable, high-tech workation spots for freelancers or remote workers who want to bring a laptop with them. Number 6, Sète, France. If you do not like overcrowded tourist attractions, then I have the ideal place where you can go this year. Sète is a small city in the Languedoc region of France, roughly halfway between Marseille and Barcelona. But here's the catch. Even though it is much more peaceful than going to Paris, it still has a vibrant nightlife where you can go and enjoy the city life with smaller crowds. This city looks rather bland at first glance, however, it is nowhere near it. This place has water jousting contests, pubs, street-side poetry readings, and a thriving population of exciting speakers that make you feel like you are traveling ages back in time. And do not forget to try the seafood there. It's fresh out of the ocean. Their most praised seafood dish is a spicy tomato and octopus pie called the Tidal Citoise. So if you like fish and spicy food, like me, this dish will leave you speechless. Number 5, Oslo, Norway. This chilly Scandinavian Island City has a big and long-standing cabin culture, with many of the locals having access to a hytte, which is a traditional Norwegian cabin. If you want to experience Norway to the fullest, there are numerous hyttes you can rent that have an amazingly beautiful natural view from the outside. These cabins are built away from pretty much everything, so there are even times you can witness a clear view of the Milky Way at night. Number 4. Isles of Scilly, England. This place is an unspoiled archipelago just off of the Cornish coast in southwest England. The island's white sandy beaches and bobbing palms will make you think that you have arrived in some sort of heaven. The tiny islands are all connected by boat routes that have been built by the locals, and when a festival takes place on the briefly exposed seabed at low tide a few times a year, you can even walk between Tresco and Briar. Wild swimming, wildlife spotting hikes, and dark skies are great things to do in this place. The Isles of Scilly are a great place to go if you are a beach lover and an outdoors person who just loves the summertime. Number 3. Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you live in the United States and are not looking forward to leaving the country but you still want to travel, then don't worry, I still got you covered. Do not miss traveling to Tulsa in Oklahoma, as it has the most beautiful park in North America. Yep, it is even better than Central Park in New York. Recently, the 100-acre gathering place has been attracting visitors with multiple playgrounds that rival any amusement park in the country. A 3-acre lake dedicated free spaces for every sport you can imagine, and year-round events. This year, the gathering place transformed Tulsa from a flyover city into a national destination. How lucky must the locals be to live near such a park? Number 2. Salento, Italy. The country of Italy has been one of the most mentioned on our list, as it has endless breathtaking sceneries. Salento is one of them, and it is also the heel of Italy's boot. I would recommend spending a couple days at Masseria Marasetta, a mega stylish farm. Stay on the outskirts or in pearly white hill town Ostuni, with its cool bars, ancient cathedral, and coves carved out of the rock. Also make sure to visit stunning locations such as Lecce and Otranto. Number 1. Wellington, New Zealand. An interesting fact about New Zealand is that it was one of the few countries to remain in total lockdown even after other countries had opened their borders. But now, luckily, we can all travel there and enjoy a pretty unforgettable trip. This place has just celebrated its 20th anniversary since the first time the Lord of the Ring movie trilogy splashed these volcanic islands across the world's cinema screens. The good news is that New Zealand is just as stunning as it looks in the films. There are beautiful places all over the world, but the landscapes in New Zealand are a cut above. Only a few places compare. New Zealand is also one of the best places in the world for stargazing due to the lack of light pollution. When you look up at the night sky from the International Dark Sky Reserve at Tekapo and Mount Cook, you will see a dazzling canopy of sparkling points of light and the dusty sweep of the Milky Way. So, which one of these places are you going to visit next? I would love to hear your answers. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.